Hello guys, Matt Lemke here with Through Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com, and in today's flip through we're going to take a look at Gods and Goddesses. It's a 5th edition supplement from Jetpack7, and we'll be right back. Jetpack7 is also known as Conceptopolis. That's how they got their start. Primarily they're known for their great artwork, which you can tell from the cover and from the inside portion of the book that this book is going to be full of good art. And then, which I didn't know when they sent me this, and I should thank them for sending me this copy to review. Actually, I picked it up last year at Gen Con, and I just kind of didn't get to it. Some things happened. It got really, really cold in my basement as a result. I didn't have any firewood. That's the biggest reason, but it was 55 degrees down here most of the time, and I really don't have another place to film. But I really love even the soft art, the parchment-y style. I really do appreciate that. They got their colors right for the text and everything, and being artists, being known for their art, they probably should. And I'm going to get rid of the glare, so I'm going to turn off one of these lights real quick. That might give us some shadow, but you get a much better representation of the art. Now, one of the things I didn't realize when they gave this to me last year was that this was a Kickstarter. And the reason why I know it's a Kickstarter is, well, it says Kickstarter backer credits right there. And that's one of the first things you see after the table of contents is the list of backers that bought into this Kickstarter. Then you see an introduction on how to use this book. Now, as a whole, as we do this flip through, there's a ton of wonderful art to look at. And I mean, that's really one of the big things for me as to why you might want to buy this book. And that's really because there's so much art. Even the layout and design is really pretty good. There were some mistakes, I suppose, in the print run, but the PDFs are available as updates. And one of the cool things about this book is what they attempted to do, and they did successfully, I think, is they took a bunch of gods and goddesses from real Earth lore, and they put them into a 5th ed supplement. They also took broke down their religions, so to speak, and they created for each one a cleric domain and an oath for paladins. Some of them are a little bit interesting and strange, like Ishtar is actually really cool, but that's not one of the ones I was thinking of. I'm thinking of, is it Mazu? There's actually black paladins, and I can't remember which god that was, but the book in and of itself is a really good read. It stays true to what you would. I mean, I didn't know of all of these, but the ones I do know of, it stays true to their lore with putting a 5th edition style type of twist into it for your games. There's a ton of information in this book for both the players. This guy right here has the Dark Paladins, which I thought was really cool. The Oath of the Black Knight. There's the Black Cleric. I'm not going to go into this one because that's not the one I want to do. I do want to give you an example. But they stayed true, to back up a little bit, they stayed true to the inspirations of real world religion. And one of the ways they did that was by coming forward and creating the orders and the paladins. Okay, Vivian, Lady of the Lake. This is where I chose Vivian because she is my favorite picture in the book. And that's the only reason why I really chose her. I don't think I would play any of her clerics, nor would I play a Knight of Avalon. But, I chose her because of the art. I'm a little bit, her sword's really bad to the bone. It's kind of lightsaber-ish looking in my opinion. That's one of the reasons why I chose it. But you start off with the background information on Lady of the Lake. And then you go into the dogma, clergy and temples, and then worshippers, followed by all her stats, her actions and her attacks, legendary actions, and then you get the cleric breakdown. And the Clerics of Avalon can be any good alignment. They have all these different domain spells: Sanctuary, Cure Wounds, in order: first, third, fifth, seventh. Gentle Repose, Spiritual Weapon, Beacon of Hope, Remove Curse, Control Water, Garden of Faith, Mass Cured Wounds, Greater Restoration, and there's a nasty glare right there. And then you've got the different abilities that are built into the class levels. For like Blessing of Avalon, at first level you gain proficiency with martial weapons, heavy armor. While in heavy armor, you gain +1 to all saving throws, which is a nice little twist. And then you have the Knights of Avalon, and these are the highest order of in Avalon, I should say, and they seek justice for the weak and promote life and healing. So you get an idea right off the bat what they're about. They're about healing and seeking justice. And they have their oath. Where is it? They have purity of the mind, life is sacred, and compassion. And then they have championship equality, which I thought was kind of neat. The sentient life of this plane are your equals. Treat them with fairness, honesty, respect others, but never allow them to tread upon you. That's a really good statement as how these paladins should be played. Now I'm going to zoom back out a little bit. I'm not going to go into more detail than that, because right after this you have an appendix with a whole bunch of different creatures. Some of them are, in my opinion, almost monsters, or really, I guess they could be monsters. And these are all things from, again, real world religion. I love that picture too, but it's not as good as Lady of the Lake. And that's pretty much the whole book. In the back there's some more good art. They talk about the special items, wondrous items. They do break them down. And there was one more. Oh, there's some new spells in the book. I didn't really read into a lot of different spells. There's also Gifts of Valor. And then there is also, I thought, all the different legal information, which is pretty much in every book anyway. So, I already mentioned that this book is really for anybody. It is strongly, I think, a little bit more leaning towards dungeon masters than players, unless a player really just wants to play one of these. Now, it's a great resource tool. It's almost deities and demigods-esque from 3.5 in the sense that you can draw upon that kind of inspiration. There is no guide on how to create your own deities and demigods. What I wish there was, because the book's only like 99 pages, which I guess for the quality of art at $29.99 and it being a hardback book with all the art in it, it's not bad. What I wish they had done is added maybe 20 more pages and a little bit more detail with, hi kitty cat, with some maps of the different temples, so you would get an idea and more flavor and flair. I would love that as a GM, and even as a player I would like that, so I get an idea of, what are you doing, kitty? Of the way my religion would work if I was playing one of these characters. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been a flip through with Matt Lemke from Through Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com. Please take the time and check out my Kickstarter. If you're still here, like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate it. If you have questions about this particular book or anything RPG related, please post in the comments below. I'm happy to talk with you about anything you want to talk to. Check me out on Facebook. I'm starting to do Facebook Live stuff, and eventually I want to move to YouTube when I get a little bit of a following, so we can actually make it more of a chat-based type of thing. Thanks for watching.